WDBM East Lansing. You're listening to The Basement. I'm Cooper, and I'm joined, as always, by my co-host, Emma. And we are joining today a Lansing three-piece emo band, Tequila Mockingbird. Take it away, guys.
Oh, we got called emo? That's tough.
From the 517 riffs your grandma doesn't want to hear.
Sick.
That was
Welcome to the
awesome.
show.
Welcome.
Yeah, this is The Basement, and you are listening to Tequila Mockingbird. Again, welcome. So glad to have you guys on the show with us.
Thank you for having us.
Appreciate it.
This
So-
is a dream come true for me. I used to listen to 88.9 Impact as a kid in high school. I found like the front bottoms of modern baseball that way, so this is crazy to be in this room.
That's awesome.
Then I'm honored to,
Yeah, we're glad to
host
have
you
you
guys.
to live
So-
out your dream.
Can you guys tell us a little bit about yourselves and a little bit about this band?
Yeah, I can. My name is Joe. I'm the guitar player and the vocalist. This used to be a solo project for about 3 years until one day I had a show that was so bad that people just being acoustic sometimes you just get crowds that don't care. And it was so bad. And Kiefer was in another band. And I literally left my show. I always stay till the end. And it was so bad that I left the show early, went over to the one that Kiefer was playing just to say, never again.
Yeah, and then there was a couple lineup changes. Originally, I'm Kiefer, I'm the bassist. Originally, I wasn't in the band. There was another bass player and a different drummer. And then I joined the band to play bass more consistently. And then we swapped drummers to get Maverick, our current drummer, with us. And we've been rocking, like 2 years now, full band?
Yeah, I guess 2 years.
It's already been 2 years. That's crazy.
It's already been 2 years. And, yeah, it's been a lot of fun since then.
Truth.
Yeah, I'm Maverick. I'm the drummer.
Maverick, you can get closer to the mic. Everyone wants to hear your voice, bud.
Tell us what you've been listening to lately.
Okay, so lately I've been listening to.
Real close.
I've been listening to the Blue Jean Committee, Catalina Breeze album, and then
Nice.
also 4 by Blues Traveler. It's just been on all month for me.
That's sick. What about you two?
I've been listening to a lot of the new La Dispute record, No One Was Driving the Car. That's like my album of the year. But I also, our homies in Cheem just dropped a new album called Power Move. So I've been listening to Power Move a lot lately.
Nice.
Yeah, so I think it was last Friday. 3 bands dropped 3 different incredible records. So there was Ben Quad, who dropped their second LP, and I've been on their wave since before LP1 dropped. So it's been nice to see their progression as a band. And the same thing with Cheem. I think I found out about Cheem in 2017 when I got like a new artist in Apple Music, and I heard who Cheem was, and I thought they were so good. And then I found out that they weren't big at all. And my 17-year-old brain couldn't comprehend the idea of a band being really good but not being big. So it messed with me really bad. And then I've been listening to a lot of Minus the Bear lately. Don't know why, just a lot of Minus the Bear. Really good stuff.
Nice. That's an excellent broad selection of music. So in your Instagram bio, you call yourselves quote-unquote emo. Do you think of yourself as a real emo band or emo adjacent or whatever? How would you classify
It's a
Tequila
fine line.
Mockingbird?
We're definitely emo adjacent.
I
I don't know. I actually, somebody who heard one of our songs recently called us alternative rock.
That's a
And
little
I don't know.
out there.
I don't hate that label a little bit.
I mean, my thing is that so I grew up listening to a lot of post-hardcore music and like the snobby stuff, but I was a drummer. When I started, and I listened to my fair bit of pop punks, but when I started playing guitar during the pandemic, I was really in my Hot Mulligan phase, and their songs at the time, really easy to play. Really easy to play. So I ended up just ripping their songs and learning through them. So, like, basically, I didn't know too much about the emo genre until the pandemic. I started finding out, like, the underground bands, because I was so into post-hardcore. That scene was going through a real slump, and it's kind of coming back. But it was going through a real slump, so I was just trying to find underground bands doing interesting stuff. And that was the time, like, Hey Illy, Ogbert the Nerd, all these bands were dropping weird projects during the pandemic. So I latched onto it, learned open tunings to just be able to write songs. So, like, I'm a post-hardcore guy who just happened to learn how to play guitar through emo. And that's just how we sound, I guess.
Nice.
Which I think leads it to, I think we've debated this a lot about what genre we think we're going to get classified when our album comes out. I think that we're going to get the post-emo label.
Yeah.
As much as Joe and I don't really like that label that much, we kind of begrudgingly push that off. Like, it's
Yeah.
just post-hardcore, really. But, I don't know. I think that's the label we're going to end up getting.
I would agree with that.
I see. I think the quote-unquote emo is a good brand if you push that.
Yeah.
Can you talk a little more about your open tuning? Because you have a video out there as well.
Oh, yeah,
Just saying, like, guys, it's really easy to do this.
Yeah, there's a lot of open tunings. The ones that I play in for the record, there's FACGCE, but I only do that for a couple, and one of them is because it's a song we've reworked and we're putting on the album. But the one that I use, it's Michael Sarah Palin's tuning that they've used that's not standard, but it is standard. So it's in standard guitar, it's E, A, D sharp, G sharp, B, E. So it's just you take 2 of the strings and you tune it just a little bit. So then it sounds really nice open. And the thing about playing in open tunings is that as long as you know the nice notes, nothing sounds wrong.
Yeah, there you go.
It makes it really easy to just fake and pretend like you know what you're doing.
That's sweet.
Yeah.
Good stuff.
I don't play in an open tuning. I play my bass in standard. I refuse to engage in any open tuning shenanigans.
I'm trying to learn standard because like I think I need to learn how to play this instrument after like 5 years of playing it.
Who
No more
needs music
shenanigans.
theory, really?
I don't know.
Yeah.
You do and don't. Depends.
Yeah, I have a feeling open tuning is eventually just going to be like overused and it's going to be a past wave.
I don't know if that's true because like Soundgarden was using open tunings.
See, that's something I did not know.
Soundgarden used open tunings. Iris the Goo Goo Dolls is in like a disgusting tuning. It's in like B B B B D D something horrible like that. Like I'm not joking.
That's crazy. Maverick, do you play guitar as well?
Yes, I do, but I'm kind of like the cowboy chords kind of guy.
Okay.
G, C, and D. I
Yeah,
can
there
do it
you
all day, but if you ask me to do any leads or nothing, not happening.
The man's got a mean dulcimer.
He's got a mean
Yeah,
dulcimer.
dulcimer and mandolin are like my stringed instruments that I love to play.
That's super cool.
That's pretty cool.
Do you guys want to get us into your next song?
Yep.
Yeah.
All right. This next song's about having a dream where you die, and it's named after a Hot Mulligan song. It's called Something About a Bunch of Dead Dreams. Goes something like this. I had a
a dream where you died, and at the funerals I didn't cry. I fought demons just to remind me this could be more than fantasy. And in those dreams where you died, I could have said it 1,000 times. There was a feeling I couldn't shake. Was this walk around or was this your fate? Everlasting pacing, back and forth I'm facing intrusive thoughts are screaming loud. Maybe something I will say, but if I'm just faking, I really need to shut my mouth. 'Cause it's all for show. No more time to contemplate. Get to my on center stage. You'll never know if what I say holds anyway. Keep you guessing every day. Waiting, everlasting pacing, back and forth I'm facing intrusive thoughts are screaming loud. Maybe something I was saying, or if I'm just faking, I really need to shut my mouth. One day, all brave. One day, all waiting. Now I see exactly what you all really think about me. Now I think it's probably best if I just leave. And like a supermassive black hole, I'll swallow everything around me in my way. You'll be the first one to go with me. You're at the epicenter of my mind's earthquake. Now I see exactly what you all really think about me. Now I think it's probably best if I just go leave. And like a supermassive black hole, I'll swallow everything around me in my way. You'll be the first one to go in. You're at the epicenter of my mind's earthquake. You'll feel a deep down. The powder that you pulled the fallout. Maybe then I'll justify why in every dream you die. We can't get a redo on that last one. This song's called Open Fire. Is this the catalyst? Or is this bull? Oh, I can't say the one. I'm bullish enough to admit I couldn't make mistakes, but you brought up the crusade, calling the pity parade. Cowards, yeah, they're set to launch, but I don't know what side they're on. Maybe I'm the bad guy. Maybe I'm the one who should win. Maybe I'm the villain who could get underneath your skin, taking emotions for ulterior motives. Even if it was true, I'd point their finger right back at you. I replay memories all the time, and if I recall, they're not so black and white. Sarcastic indulgence, already poisoned. I can't help but notice whose white that was thrown in. Even still, self-consciousness is creeping in. Contemplate my every sin. Maybe I'm the bad guy. Maybe I'm the one who should win. Maybe I'm the villain who could get right underneath your skin. Thinking emotions for ulterior motives. Even if that was true, I'd point that finger right back at you. Take off my clothes, scream out my name. that wouldn't justify the things you do, or the things you put me through. Cackle to the heavens like I'm fully insane. Even if that was true, I wouldn't justify the things you do, or the things you put me through. Maybe I'm the bad guy. Maybe I'm the bad guy. When you ain't a bad guy, I'm the big bad guy. Can we do the instrumental thing again? I messed it up twice. Can we do it again? Click it. 1, 2, 3. Come on, one more time, please.
I don't know instrumental.
You don't want to do it again? You don't? Dang it. You
Yeah.
think the guy who would write the songs would have been pretty good at playing them. That's not the case. That's not the case.
I thought it sounded great.
I also thought
I
that sounded
appreciate
great.
Okay, Joe, I couldn't hear you.
that. Yeah, that's cool.
So what did we just hear? Those were 2 songs, right?
Yeah, those
Yep.
are 2 songs. That first song was called Something About a Bunch of Dead Dreams. We're filming a music video for that song at my house on Saturday.
Ooh,
So
fun.
that's going to be the first song that comes out from this album. And then the second song off of that was a song called Open Fire.
Nice.
We wrote those 2 songs to kind of run sequentially. And they were probably the 2 songs that we've put the most love and care into over the 2 years that we've been playing them.
Yeah, there's a lot of parts. I immediately, they were like the first 2 songs that I showed to them because I was like, oh, these are really good songs. There's a lot of parts. So if they can play these 2, they should be able to play anything I tell them to play.
Yeah, that was really cool.
Yeah.
If you guys don't know where Kiefer's house is, you can follow us on Instagram at tequila.mockingbird.band. Or I don't know what the TikTok is. I literally, I log into it. I post a video like once every 3 days, and I go, cool, and then I immediately close it.
I feel like that's a healthy way to use TikTok.
I was gonna say yeah because yeah.
There's a lot of rage bait on there, and,
Oh,
and
yeah.
I use Twitter too much, so yeah. I'm already too rage baited out.
Yeah.
Okay, so I have to ask: was there like a Muse reference for Supermassive Black Hole or?
Oh, you know what's funny? No, but I do a lot of references to other songs. I messed up the lyric, but there's a lyric in Dead Dreams where it says a flower that you pulled the stem out and let wilt, which is a reference to a Rise Against song called "The Good Left Undone," which is like my favorite song of all time. And I like doing little stuff like that, or whenever I notice I'm stealing something from another one of my friends' bands, like a month later, I'm like, someone else used this exact same verbiage. I just sit there and shrug and go, nah. If someone's going to post like 6 months after the album, they're going to be like, Tequila Mockingbird's ripping off other bands, and they're just going to post me taking the lyrics from other people.
Yeah.
Expect a couple cease and assist.
I actually kind of like it when people have Easter eggs in their music.
Yeah.
And it's like
Definitely.
references to past things like within the band or things
Oh,
that
yeah.
they really like,
We-
influences and whatnot.
We love Coheed and Cambria. And
Yeah.
Coheed and Cambria steal whole sections from previous albums.
Yeah, we're trying to do more of that on LP too. I'm probably going to reference exact bass lines on LP too. I have like interpolations in mind and everything already. It's going to be so fun.
I love when you voice stuff like this because we don't have almost any of it written.
We have none of it written yet.
It's like a blueprint.
But I
just
do
all
have
in your
one bass
brain.
line that I'm like, I want to reuse.
It's like
Bring
you have
back.
2 axles for the car and you're going hot rod, 8-cylinder engine. We got this.
Yeah. I feel like doing interpolations and whether you call it stealing or not, it's like a form of flattery,
Oh, 100%.
especially with like the people that you play with and like your friends that are in other bands.
Dude, every Michigan band talks about crashing their car and getting better. All of them do. All of them do,
Maybe it's a Michigan thing.
Including us.
including us. Yep, we did it, and I got so annoyed when I found out I did the getting better line, and then it hit me after the whole song was done. I went, no. I went, no.
It was specifically like the one at the time was the Saturdays at Your Place album had just come out, and Joe and I listened to it. We're like, oh. We say it like almost the exact same way that they say it too. It's very funny.
It was
But,
tough.
you know, it's just that's the Michigan thing. Michigan's
Yeah.
all about getting better and growing and working on ourselves. I think that's maybe like a part of the ethos of the Michigan DIY scene in a way.
Yeah, at least hoping to get better. How Mulligan's huge, and Tate's always talks about how things haven't gotten much better. It's just tough to think about.
Right.
That's tough to think about.
Yeah. What do you guys have to say about the Michigan emo scene? I feel like you're really tied into that. Like you said, you're gonna have the music video shoot at your house, which is the Goblin Zone, right?
Yep. Yeah. My house was a music venue called the Goblin Zone. I ran it for like 2 years and not even joking, stopped doing it because it got too popular. Like there were just too many people showing up to the shows and it started stressing me out. But Joe and I are pretty intrinsically tied to the DIY emo scene. You know, we both got into it post-COVID. Like there was this big post-COVID resurgence. And we both got into it. There was this house venue that we used to go to, and I actually distinctly remember the first time I met Joe there. And
I looked chopped. By
yeah,
the way. It was
I think that we owe a lot to the DIY emo scene here in Michigan.
That's all.
And
That's all
we
we are.
do as much as we can to give back to it as much as possible. And it's hard to overstate how important it is to us and how important the people within it are to us. And I think that's a sentiment that's shared across the board by a lot of our contemporaries and stuff. But I don't know. What do you have to say, Joe?
I mean, it's like whether or not people realize it, a lot of bands that are blowing up right now in the underground and have been blowing up in the underground have always been. Michigan's always been a hub. Whether it's been Bear vs. Shark and Law Dispute in the 2000s, even Black Dahlia Murder from my metalheads, or those bands, or it's like right now you have your insanely talented bands like Saturdays at Your Place who blew up out of nowhere, but like Charmer and even Liquid Mike now is doing very good, bands from the UP who have been killing it for years. And then you have a lot of very good bands who are punching way above their weight. Your Clipboards and your Final Boss Fights, and you listen to these songs and you go, why are these bands not more popular? And Michigan's always been a hub for underground music. It doesn't get treated like that, but it's like two of the biggest underground bands right now are Hot Mulligan and Saturdays at Your Place, and yet people don't talk about it like it's a mecca, despite the fact that we have 5 festivals every single year that are well attended, and every band talks about how Michigan's like a top 3 place for them to play, and people always show up. I don't know. We owe a lot. We owe everything to our friends and the word of mouth that we've had, and the very nice people who have put on shows for us. I booked like 3 shows myself. It's been all other people being very nice to us and giving us chances and opportunities.
Is there
One
is-
thing I have
oh,
to,
sorry,
one
Maverick,
thing I
you
have
go.
to say is with everything that's going on in the world right now, I think we all need to sense community more than anything, and I think the Michigan DIY scene has really become a top factor in contributing to that, and giving people a sense of like belonging and a place to be where they're safe and can just be themselves.
Come to a show, we'll take you in.
Yeah, it's
That's
true.
what it is.
I full-heartedly agree, because I mean, whether it's the co-ops or the Goblin Zone or any house show around Lansing, like that's the first thing that they make known. Like, this is a safe space. You guys are all welcome. What happens if somebody falls down? You pick them up and you get somebody water, and everyone is very welcoming. So
I agree.
I don't know if that differs in places outside of Lansing and outside of Michigan, but I've heard, at least from people outside of the scene that come to play, that it's a very good one. And
Yeah,
I'm glad
I've-
that you guys see that.
You know, I've done shows with lots of bands from all around the country, and there seems to be a sentiment not to be biased or like bragging, or it's not about like a competition or anything.
Yeah.
There just seems to be a sentiment among bands that get to come to Michigan and experience our scene that there's something special here. There's something like in the water that makes everybody more feral for the shows, and everybody just cares so deeply about them and loves each other so full-heartedly at the shows. I think that it resonates to everybody who gets to experience it, and yeah, it's the greatest thing in the world. I wouldn't trade Michigan emo for anything else.
Yeah, it's wonderful. Maybe it's the Great Lakes.
I think it is. It's like, you know, being so close to the water all the time.
Literally in the water.
Yeah, we are literally in the water. Is there another location or venue that you think is similar to like what the Goblin Zone has done for Lansing?
Yeah, there's definitely a few I want to shout out. Like, it's defunct now. It died, but there was a venue in Ohio called the Swarm Yard, ran by Jacob Fowler. Shout out the Swarm Yard. Another venue that's having their final show very soon. They're in somewhere in Texas. I forget the city, but Arnold House, ran by our friend Joey from Riley.
Oh, yeah.
You know, they're a pretty legendary venue that has a very similar, very hardcore community. There also
Roboto
was...
in Pittsburgh. There's a venue called
Yep.
Mr. Roboto that hosts pretty much any touring band that you would even want. And there's a couple hubs in Florida and South California, like SoCal, especially for screamo. SoCal is like crazy.
Yeah.
And for honestly for emo too, South Florida, if you can get down there, I always see videos of like Bonus that was a dog playing to like 200,
200 kids.
300 people, and they
Yeah.
know all the words.
Yeah.
Are
So
you
there's,
guys-
there's meccas everywhere,
Yeah.
for sure. But I don't know. My heart lies with Michigan emo. But I am deeply thankful to all of the other places that have welcomed us on our tours and such.
Yep.
Like Mr. Roboto Project, especially.
Oh yeah.
Will Tequila Mockingbird ever do a house show Mecca national tour?
Like Oolong.
That'd
Oolong
be the
did that.
dream.
Oh, really?
Oolong did that once. They did like a 2-month-long DIY tour. Oolong's a really funny band because
Yeah.
they don't have set lists. You can go up to Vinny before the set and ask him to play a song, and there's like a 50% chance they'll play it. They're a crazy band, but it would be a dream to just play all the house shows and do weird stuff like that. And even no matter how, I'm not going to say prospectively how big we get, but no matter how big, I'm sure that we would find ways to.
We'll probably always play a house.
Yeah.
There'll probably never be a time that we don't play a house.
Taking Back Sunday can play a house. All American Rejects can play a house. You can play a house.
Yeah, we'll
Yeah.
play a house.
Yeah. I've been asking other bands, like, are you ever going to get too old for a basement show? But it sounds like no.
There's nothing like a basement show.
That's
I
the
mean,
general
5.
consensus.
maybe once I'm like 65, you know.
It doesn't help. A lot of the mid-sized touring venues are also just basements. Like the
Yeah.
Shelter in Detroit's just a basement.
Just a bit.
Yeah.
It's just a basement.
Yeah, for sure.
I feel like you said 65, and I was just reminded of that one video on like the internet of this like really old guy that has like the wind blowing in his face, and he's
Oh,
playing
yeah.
guitar, and he's like his
Pentagram.
eyes are crazy.
Yeah. Unk had too much.
He didn't have enough. They're doing doom metal, man. You kidding me?
Yeah.
I need my doom metal vocalist to look like that because the music isn't exciting me. They played 3 chords in 3 minutes.
This is
I need
true.
something.
Do you guys want to get us into your next song?
Yeah.
Yeah, totally. This one's called Billions Must Smile. And no, we're not changing the title.
I really want to change it.
We're not changing the title. If George changes the title, mark my words.
Man,
Mark my words.
Man, the guy who wrote this song wrote a really hard riff. Oh.
Oh
rock on.
Nice. I think you should keep the title. I really like it.
I know. I know they all like it.
Well, do you have like an alternative one that you're already thinking of, or?
Yeah.
It would just be another song lyric I would steal.
Yeah, it'd probably be like "Lick Your Wounds" or something.
No, it'd probably be a song lyric or a band from another band. Just like
Oh,
steal
not a
something
song
from the
lyric
band.
from the song.
Yeah,
Like,
I'm just stealing another song.
You should
steal a
call
song
it
lyric from
Charmer.
a song. What about "I'm a Barbie Girl"
Not
that's
that
good.
one.
by Aqua?
No,
Yeah.
good. You know me, I'm big
By
Aqua,
by
big
Tequila
Aqua
Mockingbird.
head. Huge fan of those 1990s one-hit wonders.
Mm-hmm.
Although I don't know if Aqua is one of those bands that technically counts as a two-hit wonder, and I don't remember the second hit.
There's something out there.
Who knows?
I would say a few people would maybe know 2 Aqua songs.
It is probably some people.
I'm not one
couple.
of those people.
Yeah, I don't know.
Shout out to all the Aqua fans out there, the real
Yeah.
Aqua heads.
Yeah, yeah.
And shout out to all the Alanis Morissette heads. I don't know why I wanted to pit those two bands against each other. I just think it's funny. I
Shout
just
out.
think it's funny.
We're starting beef between Alanis Morissette and Aqua.
That's never
right now.
happened. Not a single human being has uttered those sentences before.
That's true. I'm gonna go back to the Goblin Zone. Kiefer, do you know of any other places where you can crowd surf in a garage?
Yes.
Yes, I do. There's a
Yes.
new garage you can crowd surf in.
Nice.
It's called the House of Glen. Shout out, major shout out to not the newest, but one of like the newer Lansing bands, Glen. The band Glen. They opened up their house venue recently. It's called the House of Glen, and it's in their garage, and it's sick. They have like really cool flooring in there, and they have the whole garage cleared out. It wasn't like at my house, like I had a safe in there and like a bunch of garage stuff, and it's just a little bit cleaner at the House of Glen. And
safe
you can
kinda-
crowd surf there in that garage anytime.
The safe kind of came in clutch though, because a lot of photographers would just like
Stand on
climb
it.
up
Yeah,
onto
sit on
the
it.
safe.
Yeah, I have many pictures of photographers sitting on top of the gun safe that was in my garage.
That, of course, didn't have any guns.
Right.
Honestly, I think I would perch up there.
Yeah.
I used to perch up there, and people used to take pictures of me up there and be like, "Look, the Goblin Queen on her throne."
I'm 90% sure Steven went up there and he took the one video of me doing the full Charmer cover set, which was the first full band Tequila
Yeah,
set.
that might have been from up there.
It probably was. I didn't own more than a pedal. I think I only had a pedal. I don't even think I had a tuner at that point.
Yeah.
One pedal.
Yeah.
Yeah, the House of Glen is really cool because they all live there, right?
They all live there, yeah. All four of the Glen folks. And then I think some of their partners live there with them. I'm not 100% sure, but yeah, so shout out Joey, Caleb, Traven, and for who's the fourth one I'm forgetting right now?
Oh my goodness. You're asking.
Oh, no.
Forgotten.
You're asking the autistic
my
person to
gosh.
remember names.
Joey, Caleb, Traven, and why am I blanking? I know all four of them very dearly.
It's okay.
Oh,
they're
it's Nick.
loved.
Nick,
Nick.
who just
played
drummed
with
for
us.
us.
Nick just drummed with
Yeah,
us. He
Nick
did a
just
very,
shout out especially Nick, who
Nick
just
did-
drummed for us at our last show that we played.
he did a very good job, by the way.
He did a great job.
We've had 5 different drummers.
Yeah, we love the Glen folks. I'll also, I'm gonna just shout out all the Lansing bands that are active right now, right? So also shout out to the No Problemo folks who have done a lot for us throughout our career here. They're some of our closest friends. There's a whole new crop of bands coming out of MSU right now. So shout out like Lige and Grassland Reptiles
Yeah.
and
Oh, yeah.
Faceless,
Shout
and we got Homegrown Homunculus. There's a ton of awesome new bands coming out from
Yeah.
this scene right now, and it's really, really endearing to see. It's really exciting. It reminds a lot of these bands remind me of our first bands that we were in when we were
Yeah.
in this scene, and it's really cool, really endearing to see it.
I agree. I think a lot of those, like tying it back to Ryan Records, like I think Grassland Reptiles, Lige, Homegrown Homunculus, Scooter and Liam Band, like they're all on that label. So Tommy Ryan is really helpful in giving them a platform for that. And tentatively to our listeners, we may get a Tommy Ryan Mr. Records interview for Impact.
Yeah,
sometime soon.
Tommy's
You
the
gotta stop
go.
teasing us here.
Okay, well, I'll give
Ryan-
you a couple months.
Our Ryan Records set was, I think, not the sweatiest or the hottest, but I would say it was like 5th.
Yeah, it was like
It's
top
up
5.
there.
It's up
Ryan
there.
Records,
It was up
legendary venue. We had a great time playing
yeah.
there.
Oh,
I've
yeah.
done a couple shows out of there too. So yeah, especially Tommy and Harper and the rest of the gang there. They're all awesome. Mackenzie too. They're all great. So
For
shout out
sure.
all of them.
Yeah, it's pretty much a perfect venue besides the parking. They can't decide the parking.
Right.
I don't feel bad.
I don't know. I kind of like that parking garage is right there. It's pretty easy to. I mean,
yeah,
it costs
it's
like
good.
$15.
I was gonna
but
say it costs like $15, but it's good for load-in, and there's a 7-Eleven right across that you
Yeah.
can
Oh,
go
yeah.
to there, which
Yeah,
is
it's
the
pretty
most
good.
clutch place for like if you're trying to grab anything during a show.
Yeah.
Really,
There's a show
Slurpee.
at Ryan Records on November 22nd after our music video shoot.
Nice.
It's like a duos release show for what's that? What's the band?
Oh, are you talking about the bald?
Yeah, it's the Bald Secret set. Shout out the Bald.
Yeah.
For my true Scrams heads. But it's like a duos release show. Rec League, that's the band. It's the Rec
Yeah.
League like final tour or something like that. So Ryan Records show on the 22nd too.
Nice.
Tons of cool stuff going on.
Yeah, we just did a segment with Lige on the Basement, and that was just released. You can find it on our YouTube. We filmed them in flat black and circular, and we're looking to get more bands in there. So keep your eyes peeled.
Very cool.
Yeah, that was really fun.
Yep, we played with Lige on our tour we did back in August. They were one of the bands we played at Dawson House here in
we
East
could
Lansing.
not.
Yeah.
we could not promote that one, but
Yeah, that show, yeah. We could have done a better job promoting
No,
that,
we
but it
couldn't
also
have.
was a secret show.
we literally couldn't have promoted it. It was Radius Clause.
Yeah.
For those of you at home who don't know this, because I'm sure some of you don't. If you play big festivals, there are things called radius clauses, which means bands cannot play within a certain mile radius of where a festival is happening from a certain period of time that is determined from. It could be anywhere from a week before and after to a month before and after. I wouldn't be surprised if the bigger bands get a radius clause for 3 months before and 3 months after. I wouldn't be
Jeez.
surprised.
Yeah, I was gonna say. So I've seen some as long as 4 months.
Yeah,
Wow.
that sounds right.
On either side.
Yeah,
Wow.
especially if
Oh
you're
my
like a big
gosh.
band.
Yeah.
They don't want, for instance, Free Throw to be playing 3 of the really big emo festivals, because then that's in theory going to
It, like,
detract from the poll. Unfortunately, music is a business, and that's the worst part about it.
Right.
And that's why we ignore everything about that as much as we can.
yeah.
It's kinda
DIY
hard
till
to-
I die.
Pretty
True.
much. Pretty
Yeah.
much.
So, Cooper, you had written down something about battle shows.
Yeah. I wanted to
I
ask
want to
about
know
the
more
battle
about
shows.
that. Personally, I have never seen one or
Well,
heard of them.
You guys battled, quote unquote, no problemo.
We did. We battle set against No Problemo. And a battle set, I didn't invent this. People treated it like I invented these when I did the first couple of them. I did not invent these. I got these from like the Pleasant Underground was the first people I saw do one. And then the Summit Shack in Ohio did them a lot.
They did them a lot. They did one with a band called Commander Salamander with Origami Angel, and at the time, Origami Angel only had 2-minute songs, and so did Commander Salamander. So the battle set, they were both 2 pieces, or it was a 2-piece and 3-piece, and the
wasn't
gimmick
sure.
was one song, one song, one song, one song, one
Yeah.
song.
Yeah.
One song.
So the way we did them in my garage is we would have 2 drum kits set up kind of like diametrically opposed to each other. And then we would have both bands set up at a time. And we'd go song for song. So I think No Problemo went first, and then we went after them. And then No Problemo went, and then we went No Problemo. And ideally, because both bands are going, you get all of like your craziest songs where the crowd likes to go the craziest and stuff. And the battle set we did against No Problemo was at my festival I did called Neon Festivus Avon Goblin Zone. And it is, to this day, the scariest set I've ever played in my life. It was terrifying. Like, there was like at any given time 3 to 4 people crowd surfing in the garage. And there was a wall of death happening off to the left, and then a circle pit off to the right. And then
yeah.
they're splitting it down the middle. And it was absolutely crazy. And what we did was us and No Problemo covered together. We covered what's that free throw song?
Tongue Tied.
Tongue Tied by Free Throw. And we did both bands covering. It's like this big full arrangement. And it was a ton of fun. I could cry talking about that because that was
That's so
one of my
sick.
favorite moments. It was so cool to do that with No Problemo, people we've been doing shows with for years now.
Yeah.
It was great.
Everybody around here loves 2 Beers In. They play that all the time.
Yeah.
That's the worst song on that record by a comfortable margin.
Yeah, that's
By a comfortable margin.
that's valid. I think you'll get some haters coming at you for that take, but
Okay,
I kind of agree.
maybe my Shrunken Head's worse, but
I see.
that can go second. There are so many good songs on that record. What Day is October's on that record? That song is fantastic. What
I
day
didn't
is it?
like that record very much, but
that's
that's
fine.
just.
And this is the funny thing. We have two people who really like talking about music, and we don't sync up. We get like a 65%.
We have like
sync up.
like a 60 to 70% overlap between what we do and don't like together. It makes for a lot of interesting conversations.
Yeah.
Like if I bring up the Mars Volta, Joe and I could talk for like 3 hours.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
But then, he asked me about Hot Mulligan, and I'm like, crickets,
Yeah.
crickets. I don't know.
Yeah.
So do you guys ever propose a cover and then someone else is like, absolutely not?
Usually Maverick.
Yeah, and I always get shut down. Always.
That's my bit in the band group chat. I love posting a random song and saying, "Yo, we should cover this." Sometimes it works. I don't expect it to work ever, and half the time it's a joke, and they can't tell when it's a joke and when it's not a joke.
I see.
And that's really what makes it great.
Yeah.
What's something like crazy and out of genre that you've done covered?
We did the Portal song, "Want You Gone," the one that's in the closing theme. Of,
Yeah, the Portal 2 end credits song, Want You Gone.
yeah.
That's sick.
I love that game.
We should
Yeah,
bring that one
great game.
back. We meant
We
to bring that
should.
back as a B-side for the album.
We should. I mean, we could probably figure out a way to record it, but yeah, that one was actually really fun to play because I don't know. I just wanted to do something nerdy, and in my mind, when we're writing email songs that are moderately conscious and have these like sometimes heady lyrics, I was like, 30-year-olds will love this. What do 30 to 35-year-olds love?
Portal 2. Yeah. Emma, did you have something to say? If not, that's okay.
No, I just lost my train of thought.
Okay. How about we get us into the next song here?
Rock on. This one's actually released. Isn't that crazy? It's a song called Crunching Numbers. You might have heard it from an Instagram reel when I had a beard but no mustache. Tough times, man.
Realizing that if everything works out, maybe I could afford myself a small house. I could subsist on fast food and grilled cheese for every meal, as long as the going rate stays the same. Maybe I could hold out and play the long game, save up all my money and bet it on Super Bowl day. It's a long shot, but I'll give it a chance. And if I fail and I ask for a handout, I'm sorry in advance. I know the future seems bleak, but we are around here forever after. Seems unchangeable, but just the way that you are over the phone. And if I look past now, I think the cards are stacked up against me. So I'll make this out. If I have these memories, I don't care. I make my parents proud. Yeah, the cyclical nature leaves you unnerved. Living every day to die inside as I go to work. Wish I could show you the scars that I see. People ask me about my future and I...
Okay, so for the people who are just listening to this, my other band members have frozen because the next line is, I just gotta freeze.
So I'll crash my car into ravine. The stream of thoughts you find them see. Yeah, I'll take every chance. I don't care if I fail. If I can't write a page shoot, there's no story to tell. I know the future seems bleak, but we are around here forever after. Seems attainable, but just the way that you are over the phone. And if I look past now, I think the cards are stacked up against me. The storm will make this out. If I have these memories, I don't care. If I make my parents proud.
Man, that solo is just the worst part of the song.
And if there's no silver lining, promise me you'll carry out this plan. We'll never concede to the mundane misery. We'll tackle it hand in hand. I know the future seems bleak, but we are around here forever after. Seems attainable, just the way that you are. Oh, the phone. And if I look past now, I think the cards are stacked up against me. So I'll make this out. If I have these memories, I don't care. You don't care, we don't care.
sick.
Okay, so Kiefer, how did you learn to scream like that?
A lot of practice. Maybe like there were like 2 or 3 really helpful YouTube videos I watched, and then I took one lesson from a guy. Shout out Carterbox Academy. I took one lesson, and then years of practice. Just a lot of practice. I hurt my voice like 2 or 3 times really badly when I was doing it.
We were in a post-hardcore screamo band. I was the drummer, and Kiefer was the vocalist, and we were called Dear Heretic. That
Yeah.
music is still out there. It's pretty good.
That music's out there. And yeah, during that band's career, I hurt my voice like 2 times really bad, where like I couldn't speak for like a month straight. And after that, I was like, I really need to figure this out. And I spent a long time practicing and healthily doing it. And yeah, now I've learned to do quite a few different screams. And I actually teach lessons now,
Oh,
funnily
wow.
enough. I have a few mutuals of people in this room who I've taught lessons to. So
Nice.
So, was there a singular like person or band that you like heard and you were like, "Oh my gosh, I want to sound just like them"?
yes, when I first started screaming, I really wanted to sound like this guy named Keith Buckley.
Yep.
He's the lead singer of a band called Every Time I Die.
Who are awesome. Awesome.
They're really good. They're dead now, a dead band, but they're not like physically dead, but like the band is no longer active. And I'm real sad about that. But I spent a long time learning to sound like Keith Buckley, and also Spencer Chamberlain from Under Oath was another one where I really liked his scream a lot,
Yeah.
and I really wanted to sound like that.
His screams are fantastic.
And then there's like a long list of screamo bands I really liked that I really wanted to sound like. Like I Hate Sex, especially. I really loved the sound of their vocalist scream.
Gotta love those screamo band names.
Yeah.
You know, so those are some of the main ones.
Nice. Do you ever delve into that, like, I mean, you were calling yourself kind of more of a post-hardcore band than an emo band. Do you ever get into playing more purely post-hardcore or, like, closer to metal songs where you can just have that scream the whole time?
I have a second band that I just started. We don't have a name yet, but we're trying to revive this band called The Chariot. The Chariot's like this iconic metalcore 2000s metalcore band, and we're trying to like bring that back, like that sound, that style of performance.
Yeah.
So I do that, but as Tequila Mockingbird, we haven't really delved into that sound very much yet, other than there's one song on the record that has one part.
I'd say there's 2.
Yeah, there's 2, yeah.
There's maybe 3 sour notes near the end. It gets a
Yeah,
little.
towards the end there, that breakdown.
So we haven't released any of the sad ones yet, and we don't really play them much, but they get pretty heavy. There's one that I structured off of the At the Drive-In song called Invalid Litter Department, which is a fantastic track. But it's got this insane build-up and a scream that the only way I can describe it is the most unhealthy scream you'll ever hear on a recorded album.
Is that from you or Kiefer?
That's from the song, the Invalid Litter Department.
Oh,
and then
yeah.
I said, I'll do it once. and that's really what it was, because Kiefer knows I used to be in a scrams band where I was a drummer, and I just screamed, and I screamed really loud, and it gave me a vocal nodule.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was rough.
Yeah, Joe and I have both hurt ourselves in our vocal journey to get where we
Yeah.
are now, where I like to think that now we finally sound really, really good together.
I don't know, man. I got to listen back to the recording.
Did you guys have to like get treatment for that, or did you hurt your vocal cords big enough to go to the hospital or anything?
Oh no, I just thugged it out. So here's the thing about vocal nodules. It's just you feel a lump in your throat constantly, doesn't go away, and sometimes it'll flare up if you do dumb things that you're not supposed to do. So not only just screaming, going way too high in your register, especially without training, will do that too. Funnily enough, even when my voice was terrible, I could belt. That was the funny thing. I could still belt, but yeah, it was horrible for a few months, but it took some time, and inevitably it's gotten better. I still get flare-ups occasionally, but like for the most part, it's okay. But my thought process on it was the record is the thing that lives forever.
Right.
And I've seen more than enough bands do incredible live sets that do not sound exactly like the recorded material. And we're very lucky that in the rock world, the album is like the thing that lives forever. It's not like jazz where like live recordings are equally as rewarded. In rock, like, you know, live albums are like a novelty to a degree. I can only think of a few live records in the past even decade that were like promoted as releases. I know Jeff Rosenstock did one, but that was because he did like 3.5 albums worth on his live record.
That was Death Rosenstock, right?
But even stuff like this, it just exists in a different realm, and I think it's great intros to bands. Like, I found out so many bands through the Audio Tree live format, like Mom Jeans, who I still, honestly, that Audio Tree live, the Mom Jeans, is probably my favorite thing they've ever done. I found out about Pool Kids through that. I found out about Sweet Pill. And a lot of times when I wanted to check and figure out if I really liked the band enough to go see them live, I would watch the Audio Tree live. It tends to be a pretty good indicator.
That makes sense. Don't get vocal nodules.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Yeah.
You can recover. You just have to be smart with your voice and be quiet and not scream like a moron.
Right.
Like at the top of your lungs, like really loud.
And Kiefer stepped out to do vocal warm-ups before this, so
Yes.
also
yeah.
do that.
Vocal warm-ups and vocal rest.
Yes.
2 very important things.
What do vocal rests look like for you? Is it like no talking?
Yeah, no talking, or like talking lower volumes, and then definitely like no singing, no screaming, and also there's a lot of like foods and stuff you should avoid. So you should avoid like dairy, you should avoid spicy foods, you should avoid things that are overly acidic.
And caffeine.
You know, there's a lot of stuff, and caffeine,
Didn't that never
alcohol,
stop?
especially alcohol.
Yeah, no, stopping the alcohol, that was hard. The getting rid of the black coffee I drink every morning was not going to happen. That was not going to happen.
Yeah. Do you guys want to get us into your next song here?
Yeah, are we doing Microscopic next?
Yeah, scenes.
Yeah, all right. This song's called Microscopic Scenes. You'll hear it. It's a lyric at the end of the song. It's cool. This riff's hard. I mess it up often.
The door, smoking, drinking, and laughing, while I'm holding back from having the most violent of explosions for the most trivial of moments. The jokes that didn't land, the raised eyebrows, the failure of eye contact, awkwardness, just kind of charming, but enlarged us is kind of alarming. If I don't have someone to latch on to, I won't say anything. If I don't have someone to latch on to, I won't say anything. So it seems all the time, so it seems in my mind, seems all the time, to this personal hell reside. And how can you stomach this? And how can you stomach this? How can you stomach this? And 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 how can you hate something that you miss? If I don't have someone to latch on to, I won't say anything, I won't say anything. If I don't have someone to latch on to, I won't say anything. I relive these microscopic scenes every night before I sleep. And you might wash them all, but they live in eternity to me. And I relive these microscopic scenes every night before I sleep. And you might wash them all, but they live in eternity to me. Rock on.
Rock on. That was sick. That was
That
super
one was
cool.
really good.
Can we find that online? Is that released yet?
Not quite yet.
Not
Not
yet.
yet.
Hopefully March next year. Hopefully March next year.
Nice.
That's personally one of my favorites off the album.
That was Kiefer when I was still a solo. I did solo sets. I only had like an EP, 2 EPs worth of material, but it was still less than 30 minutes, so I would just be playing new songs all the time. And Kiefer was very adamant that this was one that they wanted to work on, and I was like, I don't know, I want to do a couple others, and they were like, no, this one. And I went, okay.
Yeah, I was very excited to work on this one. I like this one a lot when Joe is playing it alone.
Yeah.
And I like it a lot full band. I
do
love
too.
in the studio we rewrote the bass line for the ending, and I ended up going to doing these big open chords to match Joe.
It sounded
and
awesome.
I think it just makes the ending really hit and feel really
Yeah.
powerful. And this,
It's very pop punky, and it's just a funny juxtaposition because the whole like the basis of the song is that like I love shows more than anything else. But at the end of the day, I am still autistic. There are times I do not want to be here, and I have to play.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, we're hanging on though.
Oh yeah, and it's I don't know. It's just funny to have like that first verse is so the story so far to me, especially the way that Maverick does the little hi hat.
The story so far is definitely one of my biggest influences.
And Kiefer doesn't like that band at all. That's what I'm saying. Like, we can't, all three of us, it's tough to get us to agree on anything.
Yeah.
I think the only band all three of us have agreed that we like is Boston.
Huge shout out Boston. We do all agree on Boston.
Maybe
Yes.
a lot of dispute.
It's been such a long time.
True. Yeah, maybe a lot of dispute.
Such a long time.
And then that outro, when Kiefer started doing the bass chords, they're like, I don't know if I want to do it. And I was like, this is a pop punk song. Pull out the Mark Hoppus. That's my favorite thing about Mark, that he would always do the bass chords. And he would, honestly, he had some pretty sick bass leads too. Like Man Overboard's incredible.
Yeah.
So
shout out Boston.
shout out
If
Boston.
you're
out
listening, Boston, come on the show.
Some of you guys like Boston and appreciate us mentioning Boston.
Yeah.
So you said the album's gonna come out in.
Hopefully March
March.
next year. Hopefully March next year.
Do you have most of it recorded right now?
It's all recorded.
Okay.
We have to wait on it being mixed and mastered. And I don't think we're
Gotcha.
going to label schmabel. We'll figure it out.
Yeah. And you can find that any streaming platform.
It'll be on all of them.
Yeah.
Anywhere you can find
There's
music.
there's
Yeah.
a part of me that always thinks about Spotify. I'm
Yeah.
really not.
the old Spotify.
I'm just not. I'm not a big fan of what they're.
Yeah, none of them. I don't think any of us use. I don't know what Maverick uses these days.
I'm a heavy Apple Music user.
I'm also
Yeah,
Apple.
so-
You know what's funny? I was always Apple Music purely because I was an iTunes kid, and I bought like $80 worth of iTunes stuff, and I just wanted to stay. Same thing.
Yeah.
Stubbornness can get you a long way. Finally, after like 7 years of it being very bad, the replay was better than the Spotify Wrapped, and it was a good feeling because the Spotify Wrapped last year was like horrible and no one liked it. And I was
Right.
like,
That's
I
so
liked
real.
mine. I liked mine, and then they said, "You're in the top 100 listeners for This Town Needs Guns," and I went, "Yo!"
Nice.
I always look forward to my Wrapped. I don't know.
I do too.
It's
I
a
do
sweet
too.
little treat.
It's always funny because like what my favorite album is in a given year is not the one that I listen to the most.
Yeah.
And there's only like my only guarantee is every year I'm gonna have a lot of Halo on. Every year. They've been my favorite band since I was like 16. So that's not gonna stop. And they release music every 2 years. They've always been one of those bands that releases music so often. I don't know how they do it. But yeah, other than that, I always like doing like a head turn and like going, I listened to that one that many times.
Yeah.
Catches you off guard.
100%.
See, my issue is I use Spotify and stuff to practice all the songs for the bands I play with. So when my warp comes around, it's just all the bands I've worked with, and I'm just like, oh,
Yeah. People will figure out that he doesn't practice his songs very much because the cover sets that I did, the numbers weren't that high on them. I don't know. Actually, that's not true. I think I listened to. I had to listen. Okay. So my dear friend is a friend who is a vaporwave, indie pop producer, and his name is Sevog. And as a joke for years, I said, we'll do a Death Grips cover set, and I'll be MC Ride, just as like a joke. And then 2 months ago, it's the beginning of October, and he sends me a text, and he says, so we're doing this, right? And I went, excuse me? And he says, I booked us a show. We're Death Grips, right? And I went, okay. and that happened. That was one of the silliest things I did all year. We had Drake from Clipboards be the drummer for that and be the Zach Hill replacement. And shout out to Clipboards, most technically impressive band in all of Michigan, probably.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, to be
They
Zach
are
Hill, that's
the
crazy.
players.
They're the players. They're very good. I don't know what they're cooking up right now. They're probably cooking up 10 of the most devious songs.
I last talked to Alec. He told me, I don't know, they might get mad at me at leaking. He said they're going to write 30 songs for the album and then decide which ones to do.
That's cruel.
Isn't that crazy?
That's
Imagine
insane.
being able to just write 30 songs just for fun. That's how good Clipboards is.
Because every single member of that band writes songs. All 4 of them. They all play instruments, and they play multiple instruments, and they are very good at them. And then they just have means to record. A lot of them have means to record themselves on their own now. So
Yeah.
they could probably hammer out 30 songs.
Yep, that's what Alec told me. He said they're going to write 30 songs and then decide from there, and we'll see. So
For me, the issue is that I write weird songs, and I only have a phone and a very bad laptop that cannot run any digital music interface. So no way am I able to do anything that's tougher than what GarageBand can allow. So everything that we did, I would like drum. And you know what's crazy is that if you place your microphone far enough from your drums in your room, you can get demo quality drum sounds. They're not good. They can attest to it, but you can kind of hear what's going on.
They get enough to get the job done.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So I would do that, and then I would just hope that I did good enough with my timing, which was the only really, really, really good thing about my drumming in general is that I had very good timing. And then I would just play the guitar riffs I had in my head, and then when they didn't sync up, I was like, all right, time to go back to the drawing board. The demos for this, like the raw demos that I did with myself, if I showed you the edits and like the timeline on them and like the micro changes I did to make sure things would set up, devious work. Devious work. And then I would just send it to the band, and we would just crush the songs no matter how hard they were. 3-4 practices max. We did at least 2 of the songs on the record in a practice because we did a whole day practice last December, and I said, we ain't leaving until these songs are done.
Nice.
we locked ourselves in the garage, the Goblin Zone garage, and just hammered out song after song.
Yeah.
And I think I rewrote half of those bass lines anyways.
Yeah.
But we got the structures down.
Yeah, 100%. And it's like, it's so weird to me because like that Goblin Zone garage to many people is like a mythical and special place. That is the house I've been in the most in my adult life besides one I've lived in. I've been in there so often. It's genuinely a second home to me. So when people are like Nick, when he came to practice for us from Glenn, he was like, I've never been in here without a show. Whoa. And I'm like, brother, I have been in here 200 times.
Yeah, that's just my house. I sleep there. That's where my
Right.
cat is right now. I kind of miss him.
Nice.
Shout out all the kitties. I'm wearing a cat shirt.
Shout out
Yes.
to all the kitties. I love the cat shirt. It looks great.
I got the pushing cat hat on. I don't have a cat. I'm allergic to cats.
Yeah.
I'm a fake cat head. I have 2 dogs. I'm allergic to dogs as well.
Pain.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
It happened.
unfortunate.
We suffer a little bit. We suffer a little bit for
Yeah.
fun.
Dad, how do you feel about sour notes?
No. Yeah, that's
I'm not sure about that one.
I already tuned out of it. We'll just do Wonderway.
Okay.
All right. Tube Screamer's off for this one. It's me for a lot of it. This is on, the acoustic version is on an EP called Waiting for a Miracle. And it's pretty good. Let me see if I can turn this on. Oh, wow, that sounds way better. I forgot it. I forgot it. I remembered it. We play these games all of the time. Russian roulette, but the bullets in my head were challenge flows out through my mind. Trying to tell you I don't want to know where you were sleeping. I just want to know what you were thinking. Is there something wrong with me? 'Cause I'm feeling struggling. I'm feeling empathy goes to... It's okay. Hey, the mic fell. The mic fell. It's okay. I'll run back through it again. How much time do we got?
Go for it.
We got good time. I'm doing the whole thing again. That sucked. I forgot the riff to the second song I ever wrote. That's so embarrassing. Pickup on this. We play these games all of the time, Russian roulette, but the bullets in my head were showing flows out through my mind, trying to tell you I don't want to know where you were sleeping. I just want to know what you were thinking. Is there something wrong with me? Cause I see a struggle and I'm feeling empathy goes to show I never knew you at all. Trust is transient. That's where we both stand. I don't want to know where you were sleeping. I just want to know what you were thinking. Is there something wrong with me? Cause I see you struggling. I'm feeling empathy goes to show I never knew you at all. Oh my! Hold on, I didn't think this was freaking liar! I don't want to know where you were sleeping. I just want to know what the heck you were thinking. Is there something wrong with me? Cause I see you struggling. I'm fully happy. Goes to show whatever you are. A freaking liar. Forgot that part. Forgot that part in the song.
We say a lot of no-nos in that song, so we
Yeah, that was the censored version.
radio edit.
Oh
Yes.
yeah, I should have said radio edit again. Oh, that was good.
That was sweet.
We appreciate it.
I wanted to ask you, since this was like an older song that you did acoustically,
Yeah.
how do your influences differ from that album way back? What was that, 2022?
Yeah.
From that one to the new one, like how has this changed?
Oh, they don't change. I just actually know how to play guitar a little better.
I see.
They don't change. It's very funny. People would always ask me, they're like, "Do you really like the front bottoms?" And I was like, I've heard maybe 1.5 of their albums. It was very weird, and I got a lot of folk punk comparisons, and I was like,
Yeah.
I like that one AJJ album.
Mhm.
It was very fish out of water moment, and I guess for that specific period, it would probably. I mean, I have the Jim Atkins signature guitar. The Jimmy Eat World influence never left.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm trying to think if anything would have changed. But in my mind, these songs were always full band. I just couldn't really flesh them out. But I wanted it to be a very warm and inviting EP. And I always have like a concept for what I want it to be. So that's why it starts and it has me like walking into the room and then I leave at the end of it. Dane Guth is in the background there. Dane, no problemo. He's the one who says, "You good, man?" I go, "Yeah."
Is that Dane?
It's Dane.
How did I never know that?
It's Dane.
I'm before I was in this band, I was the premier Tequila Mockingbird fan, and I didn't know that was Dane. I thought that was. I'm not gonna say the name, but you know who I thought that was.
Yeah, well, they live together.
Yeah, true.
Yeah,
Very true.
but there was, it's hard to say, with influences, what truly influenced me and what didn't, because a lot of times I don't think about it, and then I go through, and I'm like, oh, that band totally has influenced me, and especially not like sonically, but in like song structure wise, like, okay. Every Rage Against the Machine song, same formula. Verse, chorus, loud outro. Very loud build-up outro. We do that like 4 times on the album. We do that like 4 or 5 times. And I did not realize it until I was like listening to Evil Empire one day, and I went, oh, that's where that comes from.
Subconsciously.
Yeah, a lot of it's subconscious. That's why I say like there's a song, I don't know if I'll play it later, but there's a song where I mention 4 hours of drunk sleep. There is a Final Boss Fight song in the first EP that's 5 hours of drunk sleep, and I did not realize it until the EP came out. And Sage, who was in No Problem in Final Boss Fight, he came up to me and said, "Do you do that on purpose?" And I looked and I went, "Actually, no." Like he saw the look on my face. I don't lie about stuff like that.
That's funny. It's some healthy borrowing.
100%. 100%.
Yeah.
We've never not healthy borrowed from our contemporaries.
So where did Tequila Mockingbird, the name, come from?
Oh, I just wanted to I thought it was a funny name for a Midwest emo project, and I thought it was unique. It was not. Please Google your band names, guys. Please. I don't know what the future of the band name is. We might have to do like the exclamation mark or like adding a hyphen in the name, because there's probably a trademark on that.
I think we'll be safe. I've done my research.
We're the
was,
biggest band for sure. There's a cocktail
there's
book.
A band.
There's a cocktail book we get tagged in all the time. And there is a band, but they're like a cover band in like Nashville. And I get a DM once every couple weeks, and they're like, "You guys play Nashville?" I'm like, "Not yet."
Not yet.
Maybe you should just say yes and then go down there.
Oh.
Yeah.
You
Little
just
date
show
Show them up?
Yeah, to their gig.
We
This
just show up,
town
do
ain't
I'm so
a
down for
battle
that.
set against the other Tequila Mockingbird.
This town ain't
Ooh.
big enough for the 2 of us. And he plays the craziest like chicken picking blues lick. And I go, "All right, I'm in. We got to go home, guys."
Yeah, set up that battle set. Invite them to a house venue.
I might have to.
See what happens.
I might have to.
If you guys see the cocktail book that says Tequila Mockingbird, the one that specifically has the bird, and he's sitting on the martini glass, please do not tag me in it. I have seen that one too many times.
I
If
did
you-
see that.
If you find anything else, that's fine. Like whenever you tag me in some random menu item in some random bar, and you're like, "Hey, look, it's that." Okay, whatever. Or like the most embarrassing one was when one of my friends, they're like, "That is the name of my 50-year-old mom's trivia team," and I went, "Good point." Good point. What did you think of the EP?
Yeah, exactly.
we try to pull in a wide range of fans. Funnily enough, I've gotten a lot of dads and like parents at like the big fests, and they go, "I went to go see you guys because I thought your name was really funny, and I actually enjoyed it."
Yeah.
And I go,
Aw.
Yeah.
I go, "Yes."
Yeah,
You
the
got
name is a hit with 40-year-olds named Dan.
It's also a gigantic hit with very young fans for some reason too.
Yeah, we seem to hit it off really well with like the 14 to 18-year-old range as well. I have a lot of like my partner's coworkers, like younger sibling likes our band, and they're like 14, you know. So
We swear a lot. That's very distressing.
Yeah.
The lyrics are, I don't know.
Have you guys had any like fun fan interactions?
Oh, there's somebody who drew a shirt themselves, a like homemade T-shirt that said "I Heart Titania," which was
yeah,
unbelievable.
shout out Jack.
Yep, there was the first time. I don't know what year Ho Hot Mulligan would have been, where it was in the Crowfoot. It would have been 2022,
Maybe.
and that was the first time I had a person actually like freak out on me and like lose their mind at seeing me, and then I was like, "Oh, I did this when I was 13 or when I was 17, 16, going to shows. I would go to be scared to talk to people in bands or like view people as human beings. Like I was a huge fan of this band called Icarus the Owl, who are probably the greatest band to ever exist. Like technically unbelievable. And I saw them when I was like 17, and there was 15 people there, and I saw the lead singer, and I was like shaking, like visibly shaking to say hi to them. But the cycle continues. So that was like a really nice moment. The people who like Tequila and express their adoration, they do it in very heartfelt and profuse ways. I remember there was one fan who told me that the Waiting for the Miracle EP was a very important one for them because they drove to like their best friend's funeral for like 4 hours there and 4 hours back, and that was the only thing that they had listened to, and it was their big coping mechanism. So it's stuff like that, you know, like how do you not get choked up?
Right.
How do you not get choked up?
Yeah, I think back to a lot of the interactions I had with people at the end of the final Goblin Zone show I did when I retired the house venue.
I actually didn't
Because
cry
we
that
were
night.
the last band to play, and originally it was going to be a battle set, but it ended up just being us who played. And I remember a lot of the, I don't know that I would call them like funny, but definitely very endearing and heartfelt fan interactions of numerous people coming up to us and telling us that like Tequila Mockingbird was the band that got them into the scene, and like the Goblin Zone was like their first house venue they ever went to.
It's hard to believe. It's just
Yeah.
hard to put yourself in the shoes, because for me, when my journey started, it was far different, and it's just insane to be like, for somebody, what me seeing Let Live open for Rise Against was, and that sparks a love for music forever. And especially for fans who are younger, like the music that you listen to at this age, you're gonna really want to defend for the rest of your life, even if it's not that good.
Yeah.
And if you're young listening to this, don't worry about it. You're gonna regret at least one of them, but just enjoy it and love it, and your appreciation and adoration, and also like how pure you are in it and how much you actually mean it is fantastic. Because there's a lot of self-doubt in music, and there's self-doubt even talking to other musicians. Like their whole idea that it's hard for me to process this as like an autistic person, but the idea that the words that you say are not exactly what they mean. Like there was a long time where people were like, if someone says nice set, that it was like an insult.
Yeah.
Or like someone says, well, you guys had great energy, which means you guys didn't play that well.
Right.
Now, but it's like, you always doubt that. In my mind, I always just said that to people because I meant it.
Yeah.
You know?
Right.
And there's like in every artist, there's like at least a little bit of like self-doubt in anything that they do. So to have just like that pure fan interaction, it's nice. It grounds you. Reminds you that these people are human beings and that you've connected to them. And that's why we do music at the end of the day. That's at least why I like to think I do it.
And then it's like, oh, this means something to people. Like it's a real thing.
It's hard. It's hard to comprehend that.
Yeah.
I have in my guitar case there is fan art and cards that I've been given from either friends or from fans, and I keep it in that guitar case because whenever I get in my head or I get too grumpy, I look in there and I see the drawing of me on the train tracks, and it was so detailed that they had the beard and not the mustache. I went, dang, I got to keep doing. Like this is why we're doing this.
Yeah,
you know?
for sure. That's awesome.
We appreciate it. We appreciate every single bit of love we get.
Yeah, especially in a community this strong. Too.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah. You mentioned Titania earlier, not to completely shift gears.
Oh, no.
That's on topic now.
Yeah, I don't know how you feel about the song, but there's a video on your Instagram that says local crowd demands band play 1 minute song multiple times.
That had to have been me who captioned that.
I think so.
If somebody did not, if somebody else posted that and it wasn't me, I adore you forever.
That is sort of the bit, you know. When Joe was
Yeah.
acoustic, we have this
People-
friend named Molly.
Yeah, Molly would say play it again because Molly really liked the song.
Molly really wanted Joe to
and
play it a
then
lot.
the crowd would cheer. And I was very much, when I did acoustic sets, I would just do whatever the crowd wanted. I used to literally just point and go, give me a Hot Mulligan song, I'll play it. And I used to be able to until they started playing in standard. Tough. Tough. But I used to be able to for a while get pretty much any of their songs, but it was always like crowd first for me. Like if the crowd enjoys it, like why do I care? And then the bit got out of control.
Yeah, I think that we've played Titania 6 times on stage before.
First time,
That's your record?
the first no,
As a
no,
full
no, no, no,
band.
no, no, no,
As a full band.
No. Record was our first time I ever played with Tiny Voices in Amway. We played in a basement at the Pleasant Underground House, and I played it 9 times. It was bad.
Yeah.
It was bad. They kept cheering it on. It was really funny. And then, like, to this day, Louis, who is the guitar player for Tiny Voices, occasionally does like tour work for Ben Quad. He'll tell me I'll never forget that night. Because there was also a flood outside, like the street was flooding, so it was a very iconic night.
Yeah.
But it just happened when we were a full band, and like inevitably we stop it, but like
We
Is it
played it
still
twice
fun?
the other night.
Yeah, I think our hard cutoff is twice.
Yeah, we do
Yeah.
it twice, and the second time we do it faster. And it's already a 42-second song, so.
I will say it does depend on how inebriated we are. If all 3 of us are inebriated, you'll get a third.
You'll get a third.
You'll get a third.
Easy pushover.
You'll get a third, and Kiefer will come off the stage for it.
Yeah, either and then I'm like I usually point at someone and they say, "Film this," because then the third time through, you get to sing the song. I don't care. I'm not singing it again.
Right.
I'm over it. You know it. You know the words.
Yeah.
You know.
One thing I like to do too is if let's say we get to our 3rd time, I'll find another drummer in the crowd and be like, "Hey, you want to come up and play this?"
That was so funny. We had this wonderful drummer from our tour mates in Robo Pumpkin, and she filled in, and her name was Daisy. She's in a band called Women in Peril, who is fantastic. Women in Peril, I think, is putting out a record relatively soon.
I think so, too.
They're
Yeah.
documenting the process of that.
They were great.
And Robo Pumpkin released an album this year that was very good too. But she played the kit reverse.
Yeah.
That's
Lefty,
not.
right?
That's not. Yeah, it's
What's
not
crazy
easy.
is I'm actually right-handed. I've just learned on a left-handed kit.
Which makes you way funnier. You guys don't understand how crazy that is.
Yeah.
That's so wrong in
That's
so many
great.
levels. It would actually make more sense for him to have played it freehand with his like this, like the guy from Coheed.
See, I
Cambria
can do
does.
that. It's the problem is just my feet. I get my feet mixed up all the time.
There you go.
So Daisy played the opposite kit
Yeah.
on Titania.
Yeah.
It was
And absolutely killed it.
It was
Yeah.
evil to see them. I literally asked them. I was like, "You think you can do it?" Because anytime somebody does something like that for our band, whatever they want, like you're a part of our little history.
You're part of the band forever, basically.
You're part of the band forever. You can do what you want.
Yeah.
And it's the 3rd Titanium. Maverick probably doesn't want to play it the 3rd time anyway.
No, not necessarily.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. That's why I don't sing it the 3rd time.
I think in that video you just like step back into the crowd.
Yeah, that's pretty fun.
Yeah, a very, very rare Joe moment to step into the crowd. I can't even lie. It's because my instrument cable jack, like the jack inside, sometimes it strips out, and it stripped out first 15 seconds of our set at Excellency, and it was the worst
Oh, it was humiliating.
stage fright I'd ever got.
It was so defeating. We were building up for months getting ready for this festival.
Yeah.
And then first 15 seconds of our set, Joe's guitar dies.
Well, it's okay because I always mess up that song.
Yeah.
It's okay.
But-
We figured it out. I always
Yeah.
ruin that song.
We picked it up.
I always ruin that song, and then we picked it up afterwards. I was in a full suit. It was a bad idea. Was a really bad idea. It was so
Okay.
hot. It was so
Yeah.
hot.
Yeah.
That's funny. So will we hear Titania tonight?
You'll hear Titania right now.
Yeah, perhaps now.
Yeah, let's do it.
This one's about a Fire Emblem character, and not anything else specifically. Titania, I love you. I get lost in that pretty brain atmosphere. Your muscles, your face, your tenacity. You can break me in half, but admittedly, I'm kinda into that. You're 33, but that's not too old to be Titania. I love you, but you're not even real. I'm a loser for loving you. Do it. Just do it again. Who cares? Do it again. Do it one more time. Do it one more time. Titania, I love you. I get lost in that pretty rain atmosphere. Your muscles,
muscles your face with your tenacity. You can bring me home! But admittedly, I'm kinda into that. You're 33, but that's not too old for me. Tortilla, I love you, but you're not even real. I'm a loser for loving you. I messed that up. Rock music. Rock and roll music.
That was awesome.
Yeah,
Rocking and rolling.
we are rocking and
Yeah.
rolling. We do. I'm gonna rock some acoustic songs next, but you
Okay,
can
sweet.
talk to the other members while I change my guitar
Yeah.
and stuff.
We've got about 15 minutes, but let's do some acoustic songs too.
Yeah, we can just end with them.
Yeah, we'll just
Yeah.
end with the acoustic stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Little bit of Joe action.
A little bit of solo Joe Mockingbird.
Joe in my life.
Shout out to the old days when it
Mm-hmm.
was just Joe.
Right.
It was,
Joe battling against a crowd, talking over his set.
dude. Okay.
That's probably got to be the worst.
Yeah.
It's really bad. There
Like
were
a bad acoustic
there were
crowd.
numerous times watching Joe as a solo artist where I would turn to people and be like, "Hey, I'm listening. Can
Yeah.
you stop talking?"
You gotta shut up if you're gonna be here.
like I've done it numerous times at numerous shows, especially at larger festivals. Joe would play in our early days. Like, have to do that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, happens. It happened. My thing is that like, can't control the crowd. Do your best, and then make sure that they don't do stuff that you don't like. And then if they do it, what am I gonna do? Get super angry at them? Now, I do like jokingly getting angry with the Lansing crowd, but that's because they can take it.
Yeah. If you know everyone too.
You know everyone. You can make jokes like, "You guys look really dumb doing this specific stage thing."
Yeah.
One time during that song, not the one that we played, but the one before with the long build-up, they did the thing that people do with Final Boss Fight where they crouch down. But they did it at the beginning of the song, and they were there for like a minute and a half, and I was like, "You guys look really dumb right now." Like some of you have to know the song. I played this every time.
Yeah.
Just call him out.
Yeah, it was funny to call him out. It was funny to call him out. Should I have done it? Probably not. Probably not.
That's awesome. Well, what have you got in store in that little acoustic guy there?
Does it pick up? Is this everything working? Are we getting a single? Okay. All right. Gonna throw a curveball. Let's play the saddest song that I possibly can. Let me pick through the empty dirt, the rotten wood, lonely dirt, 'cause I'm interested in the carpenter, so elegant at placing splinters right beneath my nails, where I cannot dig them out, and the briars on your ribs are the tinders in my father's house, and I know, I know, I know, I know myself better than anybody else, and you're gonna run when you find out who I am. I'm a pile of filthy wreckage you will wish you never touched. You're gonna run when you find out who I am. You're gonna run, it's alright, everybody does. 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 Cool.
Nice. Yeah, that was pretty devastating.
Give me a sec, I got a tune.
That's okay.
I got a tune and I only got one tutor.
Yeah. Now that we've talked about all the people and the places that go into this and all the stories behind it. What does emo music mean to you guys specifically?
It means, I think more than anything, it means a place to express ideas and thoughts in a coherent way where you're able to get them across to other people in a language that everybody speaks, Music is the only language that translates from person to person no matter where you're from. You can hear a guitar riff and it can move somebody no matter what language they were born to speak. And I think that emo music specifically dives into sort of personal ideas or personal struggles in a way. And especially with lyrical concepts that we've explored on the album, things like struggling with feeling like people don't actually like you or feeling like you don't fit in, struggling with the constant monotony of day-to-day life. I think it gives us a digestible package, and emo music to me especially means like hoping, being hopeful about the future despite how bad everything is.
Yeah.
Or how bad things may seem to be for us, at least.
Emo music is what you make of it. There is a lot of genuinely intelligent, brilliant songwriters in emo right now. I would say that Michael Cera Palin, funny name, but like genuinely, Elliot expresses very thoughtful ideas in a very real and human manner. And even the earlier work of like Home Is Where. And that can be juxtaposed with a sports or a free throw, which is just talking about not getting outside.
Right.
And it all can mean something. And it is a specifically, there are bands that are derivatives from other bands, but it is a genre that truly you can express how you are. And I think the emo music that bands create is very representative of who they are as people. It reminds me a lot of, in the mid-2000s, there was the post-hardcore scene for bands on Equal Vision Records. So you would have Coheed and Cambria, Circa Survive, The Fall of Troy, and like Bear vs. Shark all playing together. None of those bands sounded like each other, but it just made sense that they were together. It like tiny voices, final boss fight, clipboards, and like equipment could play a tour tomorrow. We'd all be okay with it. No one would be opposed to it. And the sense the fans are so willing, I think it's a very unique scene that has a lot of heart. I've seen a lot of people cry at emo shows, and I like that. I do like my hardcore shows occasionally, but like there's something special about it. Yep. And all right, this is the title track off an EP called Waiting for a Miracle. It's out. You can listen to it. We're not re-recording this one for the album, but it's really good. 4 hours of drunk sleep, a burning headache. Tomorrow's a new day, another mistake, and I atone for words I don't remember but recognize as my own. Trying to keep my head off the pavement. 25 here and my life's already wasted, and I bemoan my failure to cope, but your words are my hope. It's just a process towards happiness, you said. It's just a process towards happiness. Halfway across the country, I hope you're proud of me. It's just a process towards happiness, you said. I know somewhere you're out there watching. This was a song that was dedicated to my friend Chris from South Carolina, and we've met a few times now. I met at his wedding, and it was like an online friend, and he helped me through the very hard part in the pandemic that we all went through. Waiting for a miracle, if not for me, then only you. Just a
a process towards happiness, you said. It's just a process towards happiness. Halfway across the country, I hope you're proud of me. It's just a process towards happiness, you said. Waiting for a miracle. If not for me, then only you. Rock on.
Good job, Joe.
When we did the
Nice.
acoustic sets, I always had to stop and tell people the song's done because they didn't know when it was done.
Yeah.
That's my bad. I wrote prog songs.
You write a lot of little stops and starts in your song.
Yep, I did that a lot.
Yeah, that was super good. Very heartfelt.
I haven't heard that song since the last time you played acoustic was 4-Star Sonic at
Yeah.
the Sonic Theater or
That
whatever.
was really fun.
That
I
was a
can't
fun
lie.
show.
I had fun with that set.
Well, Mav, what does emo music mean to you?
To me, so emo music was something I just recently got into, like around COVID time, and to me, it was another way to express myself and just like freely, I guess. Because I've been around all the other genres. I grew up around music, and every genre has like one main thing that that draws people to it. And the thing that draw me to emo music is just this sense of open community, which I never saw anywhere else, where just people were just like going back to what we said earlier, just open arms, and they take you right in.
Yeah, for sure. I agree. That's the beautiful thing about it.
I agree too.
Yeah. I think that something great about emo music is that you can find a lot of love in it and love for it. And something I like to say this during all our sets, I like to say right now, if you are someone who's struggling right now and you feel like the world is beating down on you, you don't feel like there's any hope or any love for you in the world, I want to remind you, you are wrong. There is love for you, there is hope, and there is reasons to keep going. And if you don't think that's true, if you don't think anybody loves you, I love you. So there's at least one person out there that loves you. So please stick around. You do matter, and I want to see you tomorrow.
Yeah, I want to see you tomorrow. There's Saturdays at your place, Riley, a couple other bands, a lot of other bands that are friends of ours that are playing at the Crowfoot. And then we are playing the same song 5 times at Kiefer's house for a music video. I don't know. I might do more afterwards. We might show you the mixes. I don't know. I don't know. We haven't really decided. We haven't figured out. We're gonna have fun with it.
Yeah.
I don't know. Blink 182 style, bunch of dumb stuff in it.
Yeah, a little bit.
Come check it out. Come say hi.
Yeah.
All right, what are you going to play last, Joe?
I think I gotta play this one, right? I forgot. Oh yeah. It's caustic. It's toxic, the voice in the back of my mind keeps me here to never try. Creating failure by design, disrupting every aspect. It says give up while you're ahead. Give up while you're ahead. And all those problems are your own fault, so just give up now and just go out loud. Give up while you're ahead. Yeah, you're better off dead. Well, not this time. I'll take my chance. There's more to me than traffic down with an abrupt ending. Get out of my own head. Get out of my own head. And every time I try to improve, you just degrade me like it's something you used. Give up while you're ahead. I won't do it again. Dude, I haven't played this tuning so long, I couldn't solo in it. Hold on. Hold on. The day turns into night, and I realize that I was alright, despite my best efforts to try. I'm not a coward for being alive. The day turns into night, and I realize that I was alright, despite my best efforts to try. I'm not a coward for being alive. I'm not a coward. I'm not a coward. I'm not a coward! I'm not a coward for being alive. Thank you. We've been Tequila Mockingbird from mostly Lansing, Michigan.
Thank you guys.
Yeah.
That was amazing.
Thank you.
Thank you guys
Yeah.
so much for
Thank you
coming on our show.
Thanks so much for having
Thank
us.
you for having us. Genuinely, this was an honor. So much fun.
A dream come true.
Dream come true.
Bring
really,
us
honestly.
back when the album's out.
Yes, yes. Stay on the lookout for the new Tequila Mockingbird album out everywhere. Hopefully March. We'll see.
Yes.
Man, if it doesn't come out in March, I'm gonna be really annoyed.
Yeah,
Joe's
we're
gonna
gonna be real
freak
mad.
out.
It's okay. We'll be here next week, and I will be personally looking out for that album. So I'll
Yeah.
be patiently waiting.
Yes.
But
Well, thank you guys again. This has been Tequila Mockingbird on the Basement. Stick around for the Hours of Power, our metal specialty show up next. Thanks again. Good night.